Hey everybody, and welcome back to Satisfactory, where we continue on our journey through the Fiscmas calendar products. Yeah, we're back to doing Fiscmas. Hey, how you doing today, guys? Hope you're having a good winter's day as we get closer and closer to the end of Fiscmas and and our own holiday. So what is the plan today? Well, the plan today is to continue on. Again, I have not had a chance during this week to do anything else on the old setup here in the old Fiscmas village. So we're going to keep working on that. And that means we've got some days that we need to find on our calendar. So let's start with the calendar and see what comes up and then see what text we have to unlock and go from there. I know one of the things we're going to have to do is we are going to have to get the snow up and running so I can get the snowman army assembled. But otherwise, yeah, let's just see what we got. I noticed the 15 is down here, so let's just grab that out of the gate. Gives me a power shard. Thank you. Can we close? Close. Thank you. All right, so we need 15. What do we need? We need 13. Ooh, hard drive. I'll take that. Thank you. 13. Do we have a 14? 14. Looking for 14. Give me 14. There's a 17. We'll take that 17 here. Pulse Nobelux. What else we got? 14. Really wish I could zoom my eyeballs. That's 22. Not yet. 19. We can do a 19. We are, after all, on the 20th. Ooh, what did we get?
It would be such a shame if you accidentally dropped this. Such a shame.
Okay, Ada. I see where she's standing. Oh, I found 18. That's good. The Fiscmas board leftovers.
I thought I had destroyed every copy of this tape. How does it keep turning up? No matter. Ignore it. There's nothing interesting on it anyway. In fact, listening to it causes hallucinations, and eventually, after 7 days, your brain melts. For your own sake, I advise avoiding it at all costs.
Well, we know we're definitely going to be making a boombox now. What else am I missing here? I'm still haven't found 14. I was pretty sure we did 12. Yeah, so 13 was the first one, and I gotta find a 14. That's 22. That's an 18. I'm gonna assume that's the 25, but we ain't there yet. There's a 21. I'm always gonna give it a good effort before I go and, hit the hint button, but I don't want to be, what are you doing? No, we want to get right here. Let's get down into here. Here we go. Okay, so we want to look for 14. Give us a, there it is. How is that? Oh my God. Are you kidding? Sorry, I'm really close to the microphone here. Are you really kidding me? I can just make it out if I stare at it long enough. Okay, well, there we go.
This data cartridge enables the last branches of the Ficsmas man tree to be unlocked, which means we will both be celebrating the end of this event soon.
All right. Nope. Can I take that first? Good. That means we can just work the tree. We don't have to get, there's going to be more goodies that we can grab, but we won't worry about them. So we got 13, 14. I did 15. What about 16? Did we grab 16? 16. There was 17 was down there. I don't believe we grabbed 16. So let's grab 16 here. There. Oh, yeah. Okay, that one, that's a little embarrassing. Ooh, premium Fiscmas skins.
Nothing says happy holidays more than the inevitable destruction of local flora and fauna with a festively decorated vehicle. This vehicle decoration can be found in the customizer.
Lovely, 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 lovely. Then we got 17, we've got 18, we've got 19, and did we find 20 for the day that is thus now occurring? 20, 20, 20. I don't know if I got 20. It was also 5 minutes ago. Who can remember for 5 minutes? All right, let's go to 20. Let's get a hint. Let's actually look at the board. There it is. Again, one of those really super subtle ones. Ooh, got a Fiscmas coupon. Or 5. Okay, that's it for the calendar. We can head back to the village now. As soon as I figure out where I am. Okay, that's that. Then we can go this way. All right, so let's head back to the village. Let's get some more work done. Let's remember to take our right-hand turn and not our left-hand turn. There we go. There's our right-hand turn. And away we go. And while that's happening, I'm just going to beep away from the screen for half a sec. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. And off we go, continuing on our merry little journey. Really like this stage when you get to where no matter where I look, oh, that is just nicely clearing. You can see evidence of the factories, namely we got all the stuff down there. I particularly like our cliffside arrangements. I could put a line that goes up there, but you know, we'll do that in the kind of final phases. We're more focused on the kind of big steps here, and you know, instead of getting all the final supports in, that all looks kind of, well, a little bit unfinished. Everything's got a look a bit of unfinished. So yeah, we absolutely need to yeah, do some of that. Like, you know, finishing getting the walls up in here. I want it all tidied up and neated up. Yeah, so I am taking this route here just because I have started to bring a, and we'll see in just a second here, a hypertube line that will actually connect over to there. I just haven't quite finished it yet. Whee! Okay, let's go back into our hover pack here. There we go. Let's go to the MAM and see what is next. What else we got in our line? Fiscmas Holiday Special. Okay, so I wanted these Christmas lights. That means I'm going to need some of these things, but we are lovely making. So we are going to go grab some Fiscmas ornaments. Now I have not yet... Yeah, some of this stuff isn't actually going anywhere yet, so we are going to have to do some of that, but we do have these guys here, so we'll grab some of those, and we have the goldens, and we'll grab some of those. None of these are being tucked away, so we'll see what happens with those, but we are getting production. We just need to connect that production. So let us grab our next one, Fiscmas Holiday Special. This is one I was really looking forward, because I want the power lights. I think the lights look nice. So we can, what am I missing? Oh, I got to get some reds and blues. That means I have to pull them from here, so we'll grab 100, and I guess we'll grab 200, so a full stack of each. There we go. Now I should be able to unlock these guys. And here we go. Can I please start my research? I can.
I am sure all the kittens and puppies and even human children would appreciate being able to see all these pretty lights. It is a shame they're all stuck on Earth, waiting for you to do your job so that they can have long and fulfilling lives.
You're the one who started this. Anyway, we got this thing here, so we're going to need some... That means I need to set up the bundles. Okay, and then what do I need for down here? That one, I need to set up the snow. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to do is we need to get snow set up. And we need to get the ornament bundles set up. So I'm going to do the ornament bundles over here. Let's figure out what machine we need for that. Let's first check in the index here. So ornament, let's see, they are made in the assembler. Awesome, that's okay. So we are going to need, it's 1 for 1. All right, so how many do I want to do here? I have no idea. I'm just making this up as we go along. How many are each of you making here? You're each making 5. So I'm making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 20. And 20. So, okay. So I'm going to... I think I need 5 and 5. So let's go to our assemblers. Let's kind of figure out how they're going to sit. We want to kind of hide the train station here, so I think we can bring our assemblers in right here. How much space we got away from the tree? I don't want that guy being, you know, we're getting a little bit far away, and we're kind of pushing back, so let's bring everything forward again. So let's see, we'll put one assembler here. And we'll drop another one here. Let's have a quick look and see what these guys need. So we got the ornament bundle. So I'm going to need 5 and 5 to make 5. Let's say we devote half of what's coming out of those guys for each of these. So we'll grab those as well. So again, I need a copper and an iron. So that'll be 2. That makes that a nice, quick and easy building. Let's see if what it needs for. Let's pop back into the index here for snow. No. So actual snow is made in a constructor. It uses straight up gifts. So yeah, it means we can keep this as a nice little quiet building here. Okay, so let's grab some beans here. And good morning, Lee. How are you today, my friend? Okay, no, I don't. I want the concrete beam. What am I looking for? Pillar. I don't want beams. I want pillars. That's what I'm after. I am after the pillars. Small concrete pillar. There we go. We're just gonna make a nice little bit of a house here for the boys. And let's say we come out to here, and to here. Then we'll come back to here, and here. Okay, let's come around to the back side here. Let's get the outside corner. Again, we only need the 2 machines, so we're going to keep this a nice, cute little building here. Running into a bit of the curve issue. I don't want the curve being in there, so let's kind of bring that off. Because we don't need curvature here. What I do need is I need some nice straight foundations. So let's get some nice straight foundations in here. Let's also get the zoops going. There we go. And sure, we'll just fill that in with that. And then we can come this way. Awesome. All right, now we can get the last of these pillars in. The pillars. And then we'll come across, so we'll hold down the control key so we can drop these guys in. And there, and there. There. Here, there, and everywhere. Is that every corner? Yes, it is. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Well, that doesn't happen often. Yeah, actually, I got the spacing right. Ha ha ha! Wow, yeah, it really doesn't happen that often. Okay, so we're gonna have those guys sitting there. We could probably move these guys back a little bit, so we'll do that. Let's get them centered up a little bit better here. So we'll put them on the center line right there. We'll get rid of this guy here. And we'll Loop him into place as well. How are we doing this way? Actually, not good at all. Let's get rid of that guy. Let's try this again. So we're going to make sure that we are properly centered in all directions and aren't going in a weird way. Okay. I may have made this building, ironically, just a touch small, but you know what? We are going to work with it. Okay. Yeah. There we go. All right. So next I do now want my pillars, or beams, I should say. Let's get up some painted beams here. And for the painted beams, I've got painted beams. I'm just going to go right like that. Let's push you back just a smudge. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. And up like that. Not often I go straight into the architecture of a thing, but here we are, going straight into the architecture of a thing. I mean, it's just two assemblers. What more do I need? Okay. It's gonna be a bit of a journey converting some wires here, but let's get these also. I want to get these wires updated. Yeah, I know, I just completely squirreled. What do I need? I need the ornament bundles. Let's get those done then. Okay, so now, as we get to the correct toolbar here, let's get some doors. And we'll put one here. And bring you out just a little bit here. Yep, like that. And thank you. Then we can grab our windows. Thank you. We'll drop you down by 2. Thank you. Get you in there, you in there, you in there, you in there. Sounds like I'm trying to get the guy who plays Obi-Wan in. You in there. Well, hello there. Yes, that was me doing a really bad Alec Guinness. Okay, let's go up from here. And then we come down by 2 and like that and like that. Yeah, that'll work. And who's gonna fit where? You're gonna fit there. You're gonna fit there. And nope. Come on. Yeah, thank you. And oh, I'm gonna have to lift this guy up. Again, I love the vertical zoom. Thank you very much, you beautiful developers. You. Sure. Let's do that. And then we'll move things around and come back down again. Like that. What do I want to do in this corner? And in this corner, Jake Paul getting his ass handed to him. That pompous dickhead. Yes. Let's do this because it's the back of the building, so I don't feel bad doing that. I really should get this machine producing before I keep doing this. Let's actually do that. Let's get the machine doing its thing. Okay, we got our power right there. So we are going to grab a power outlet and we'll put you right here. And we'll grab a double. Not a Mark III. Am I doing Mark IIIs? Apparently I'm working on Mark IIIs. Well, that's fine. We can use Mark IIIs. We got all the stuff. And I'm going to need some electricity. There into there. I'm going to grab a beam so we can just drag a power line straight across. So we'll come up to there with this guy. We'll come up to there with this guy, and then we'll close you guys off, and you are not powered because I still need to plug in over here. Thusly. And there. Now we're getting power. Okay, so now we can deal with the output of these guys here. So I think what we'll do is we'll just gather everything into a singular place. Let's see. We're going to need a bunch of mergers. So we're going to go not with that, but we're going to go with a merger. And we're going to come that way. We'll go up 1, 2, 1, 2, like so. Because that will work for this guy here. That's going to be no good here, though. How do I want to do this? Yeah, this is one of the things with the assemblers. They're offset when they're in opposite direction, which is a bit of a pain in the neck. No, okay, we're going to have to do this and keep it down on the floor to get this to be even resembling something that I can work with. So again, we're going to go with a merger. We'll put you there. I guess we'll just have to do it this way here. And grab some belts. So we're going to go from there to there, there to there, there into there, thusly, thusly, and thusly. Okay. And how are you going to go down into the floor? Because I don't want you guys interfering with each other, which you are absolutely 100% going to do. So, let's turn this around. Can I turn this around and still get it to work? No, that's going to be a little bit more challenging. I think I'm going to have to do it this way. So we're going to grab that. We're going to lift up 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Yeah, I'm just going to have to do a buttload of mergers, I think. 1, 2, 1, 2. What I'm counting out here is that 2 is a standard kind of height. These are like, you know, going up. So the space underneath is the same as this. By going up by the 4, so 1, 2, that is the kind of default low height of the lifts. So that is what I'm counting out. It's just to get to the standard kind of heights. All right, this one's going to need a bunch of nudging. Right into there. Yep, that's good. And then we can get some belts across this away, and we'll get into there. And then we just need to start bringing up the material. Okay. Silver and gold, silver and gold. Okay, so that's got those guys there. Now what? Now we are going to put a floor hole in right here, and we'll put in one right. Oops. Let's grab that, and right there. Okay, and send it downstairs. This one's going to come up like that, and then we can grab our belt and just go double back. I can't. That's not quite right. Ooh. I need one more space. Oh, this is gonna be all the space in the room, and I still pack it too damn tight. Thank you, past me, you bastard. All right, let's try this. Let's see if we can't get something to work here. Different belt modes. No, it's just a little bit too tight, so let's grab something for guidance like this. All right, and we got to drop back down to here. That should make that turn. I'm hoping. Yes, it does. And then back into here. I may have to move that by a little bit. Yeah, it is just a bit too tight. Actually, you know what? No, I'm doing this all wrong. All wrong, all wrong, all wrong. We instead are going to here. That's better. Now I have all the space in the world. Other way you can tell when you're getting your lifts are is you can see these little lines right here. If you see the line, you're half a notch above the floor, so you can see how this is a little bit higher. So that's like a half height. And if you see the line, so you see that line, but you don't see that line. So basically the bottom of this part here is on that line. That means you are at your kind of correct standard height. That standard height being kind of based off of the stackable pole height. So if you see here, I go one of those and then one of those. So each of these is two of those notches. So you can see how that lines up there. So that's just the count that I've been making. So if you're ever wondering what I'm counting, that is what I'm counting. Okay, there we go. We can just use the default. Now we've got our corner. All right. Now we can actually get these guys into storage. So let's run over here. I did put in a bit of a staircase here. So I can get up and down from the lower level. Except in doing so, I'm completely lost now. Where were you? Let's go back into here. Here we go. And then we can go like that. Okay, so let's just pop through the hole here just so I have a bearing of where I am. And of course, whatever is underneath is gonna get in my way. All right, where am I popping you guys down? Not there. That's going up. Getting a little crowded under here. Okay, there's one. And the other one should be relatively nearby. Which is where? I don't know. Where the hell everything is. Where are you guys? Come back. Let me out. Let's plug the hole here. All right, so what we'll do is we'll take... Jesus, maneuvering is not going well for me today. Take that one out. And we'll take this one out. Oh, okay, so that's a problem. Poopies, 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 poopies. Poop diddly, poop diddly, poop diddly, poo. I think what I'm going to have to do... Okay, I didn't mean that to be all Dr. Seussian. Yeah, I think what I can do... Let's take this, and we should be able to shove you further down the line. Hopefully getting clear. Can I? Oh my goodness, let me through. Yeah, that should allow me to maneuver around down there. That one should let me maneuver around down there. Okay. Really gotta stop squeezing myself in, but you know what? I gave myself the challenge with the tight spacing. I'm going to have to deal with it. There we go. One of the issues I'm, of course, going to be probably running into is I don't know how much space I actually do need for this old completed village. Do I need more machines? Am I going to have half the damn area empty of or bereft of anything production, which means I'll have to decorate it in other manner? I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, let's get back downstairs. I'm gonna actually... Let's see... Let's get rid of you. I'm just kind of getting everything straight and getting more aligned foundations down here. There we go. Okay. Now, where was I going? I was going to be going to this guy over here. So that'll be coming in right through here. The one there. Gonna need the one there. One there. And one there. I just realized something. I actually have less of an issue here than I thought I did. Because I'm using these 4-meter foundations here, I could switch a select of them, yeah, to 1-meter foundations. And so if I go like this, and like that, and I switch this to a 1-meter, that gives me this whole big gap here that I can now work with. So let's do that. Instead of having this weird stretchy belt going off that direction, and frankly putting itself on the wrong side of a bunch of other stuff, what I can do instead is go through there, and that gives me this little channel here that I can then maneuver over to there. Yeah, that'll work. In fact, let's continue that idea through to there, and then we'll grab the 1-meter foundations, and we'll just pop this all back like that, and I'll do the same for here. Adapt and overcome. That is the motto of the Canadian military. Adapt and overcome. Complete the mission at all costs, down to the last man. That is our warrior tradition. I don't know what I'm going on about here. All right. Yep. And to there. Yep. And then we'll do the same thing here. And let's just make sure all the holes are filled. Excellent. All right. Where's the one over here? He's fine like that. I'm going to leave him alone for now. And we're just going to grab him now. And I'm going to delete this one and delete that one. Probably should go up to the top. I do want to make sure I'm putting him in the right place. See, I would have totally guessed wrong. I need to go there, and I need to go there. We might as well hook these guys up while I'm up here. All like so. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. USMC saying. There you are. It's actually, honestly, just beyond, a warrior getting the mission done credo. I think they're both good sayings. I mean, they're basically the same saying. That for life lessons. Just, life is going to throw you shit at you. Well, what do you do about it? You adapt to the situation and you overcome it. That's all you can do. Adapt and overcome. I didn't spend a lot of time in the military, just as a reservist. So I was a Canadian military reservist. Didn't spend a lot of time because life just has a way of not... It just didn't work out. One thing led to another, but that is one of the things I absolutely 100% took away from my time is, that mindset of just... adapt, overcome, complete the mission, and go from there. All right, let's grab our belt here. I should be able to use a nice straight belt. It, of course, will not fit. So we're going to come back this way. And we'll point you to here. Yep, that'll work. And then we can use our default to come to here. And no, yeah, I guess I'll use the curve one here. So that'll give me just a nice kind of clean curve right there. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and then we need another one of these. And then for this splitter, which way am I going to be coming out from here? So I'm going to be coming this direction. All right. We're going to go boop, 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 and boop, boop. Yep, that should be right. That should still connect there. Yes, it does. I heard the tink. And then there should be a nice clean angle here, so we can just go boop. And then coming out of here, like so. Grab our belts. Let's see. What can I do with the drunken sailor? I'm gonna get rid of that because not super necessary. Got a bit of a gap there, but we can clean that up, especially if I lose this guy. And then we'll throw that one in there. Grabbing our belt. You're gonna have to drop you down a little bit there, buddy. Ooh, look at that, just snaking over top of. That's what I want to see. Except we can actually come up by one. Yep, that's better. And we'll come out to here. As in my suit. Yeah, if you're talking my spacesuit, I wear the happy face, so the big yellow happy face, smiley face on my visor, and then I'm wearing black pajama pattern because I likes me pajama pattern. So if you're trying to make it look like a little bit more, you know, professional like, yeah. That is what I usually wear. So yeah, if that's not what you're looking for, obviously you can change to your more needs. Okay, let's got all those guys moving in, and that means I should be getting production of said materials. And let's go up. And yep, these guys are now manufacturing. There's a whole whopping 5 in there. There's a whole whopping 5 in there. Good. We are going to need to get some into storage as well as making sure they're uploading, but that's easy enough to do. Am I actually storing gifts? I am storing gifts. Yes, yes. One thing I was a little bit concerned about is whether or not I was actually storing these. Going, yeah, I don't have those skins. Yeah, they might be part. Yeah, I found them just unknown signals, unknown signals, unknown signals, right? I've been at it for a while, so yeah, change it to whichever you need to. I make no claim. All right, let's see. What was I doing? I forgot. Oh, yeah, right. I was going to get these guys These guys, where are we? These guys uploading and storing, which, let's see. What is the way I want to do this? Guys, like, I do want to also actually, am I already? No, I'm not, because I haven't done that. So these are all coming out. What? Oh, so this is the, yeah, so these are the ceilings of the iron ingot and copper ingots. I'm singing in pain. It hurts my brain. I've got aches everywhere. Ouch there. Another one again. I don't have a clue. But part of my spine blue. I'm singing and dancing in pain. Dumpa-dumpa-dee. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? How do I want to do this? I don't really care at the moment. Let's not get caught up on that. That actually is important. I just need to make sure we're getting these things because I do want to get the Snow Factory. All right, Snow Factory. Mr. Snow goes to constructor. Oh, cool. That is awesome. And let's see. And let's, ooh, no, I gotta keep that ring. That's the kind of the outside hold ring. So that is the last of the good rings. So we're gonna go like a this. We're gonna go. Goo gaga. We're gonna go like that, and then like that. There we are. Okay, so I want to get a couple of some constructors. Now, how many snow does each of these little fellers do? Put you there. Actual snow. Okay, so I need 25. That's 10. I can fit. How many can I fit back here? Well, let's just do a little rearrangement here. In fact, you know what? I do have blueprints for pods, constructor pods. Construction lines. Is that complete lines? Nope, here we go. Smelting. Nope, constructors. 5x5, 10 constructors. 8 constructors, 4x1 elevated, 4x1 elevated, 4x3 8 pod, 16. That is 4 constructors in this little pod here. How do you fit? How do you fit? How does it feel? That's not bad. No, that's not bad at all. Yeah, that's pretty clean. They have a direction of flow, and I don't know which way I want it to flow. I think I'm gonna have it flow, yeah, like that. Okay, let's make sure you're all lined up here. So that's our center line. That is now centered. Like so, and let's, we don't need as much space over here. We can go with that one there, just like that. And then we can grab just a nice bit of glass. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, we'll do that. And then we'll come over here and we'll do that. Excellent. And then we'll grab you. Now, we don't want you going all that way, so we're going to bring you back by 4. Like so. And then we'll reach up. And I think we're only going to go too high on that wall. And then we'll also make sure we nudge 1, 2, 3, 4. That wall. Just a nice, clean, simple building back here. Let's get this guy out of the way and reposition him like that. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. And I should still have enough clearance here. Well, maybe not quite. Let's go get some roofing. All right, so we're gonna have to lift you up by 1, 2. Yeah, that's all I need is 2. We are gonna move you 1, 2. We have a little bit of an eaves. Should have gone 4. No, actually, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. And then we're going to come across. Yeah, let's just use the flat roof here. And that is. Sure. Yeah, that's okay. Actually, you know what? If it's going to be an even number, let's just make it a nice high peak pointy roof. And we're kind of keeping with that, you know, snow, Christmassy village, kind of alpine vibe here. Yep, that's on the center line. So if I just invert these guys now, I can bring you down to here. And we'll get your alignment from here all the way down. And down and down. And what's really freaking hilarious is that the walls are not parallel. How are my walls not parallel? Oops. Well, let's fix that. This wall is not doing what I want it to do. But that's okay. We can fix it. We have the technology. We have the capability to build the world's first bionic man. Loved the bionic man growing up. Absolutely. I don't know how many times I'd be running going. Yeah. Anyone who's not over, let's say, 40 has no idea and probably thinks I've lost my mind. But Gen X, you know who I'm talking about. Especially if I say Lindsay Wagner. I don't know about you boys, but Lindsay Wagner. Yep. Lindsay Wagner and Linda Carter and Erin Gray. The women of the 70s. Now, some guys might say Barbara Bach and, you know, that type, but come on. The other three, those were the sci-fi girls, or women, I should say. Let's not be disrespectful. So, for a little sci-fi nerd like me, that made them even more special. All right, is that what we're going to do? Is that what we're going to do? That appears to be what we're going to do. I have an extra wall here for some reason. Do I have an extra wall here? Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't have half walls. So we're going to have to replace these guys with windows. Like that. And then 1, 2. What am I doing with my windows? All right, we're gonna come down. Oh boy, none of you guys are actually lined up correctly, are you? One, two. Like that. Like that. Let's lose these guys. Yeah, okay, 3. Okay, all the slight subtle angle shifts is kind of breaking my brain a little bit here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a wall. Let's get you kind of as a guide here. We'll just rip you across. That way I know where your corner is supposed to be, like that. Like that. Okay, and then let's grab all of these guys here. Okay, so that's the corner. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yep, numbers are working that way. My whole roof line is crooked, isn't it? No. What is going on here? What on earth is going on? I don't think my guide wall is actually perpendicular. Okay, who really is the problem child here? I think it's been you all along. Has it been you? Yeah, this building's a little bit cockeyed here. And that's because of this wall here. Okay, all right. So all of this has got to go. This is why I don't usually... Yeah, this is why I don't usually build along circles and, you know, clever shapes when it comes to laying the foundations and stuff, because it invariably just causes me issues like it is currently doing. You know, you get a little bit of a radian that's running a little bit too much parallel, and it all falls apart from there. So you can see again, I do have to keep that corner curve in there, but I think I'm finally getting it. So let's just, yeah, take it all back. And try again. And like that. Okay. All right, so starting again right from the beginning, we're going to go and grab ourselves a door. We're going to have to do a lot of nudging to get it into place, so we'll go into there and we'll push you back to there. All right, 1 doorway. Now we can grab ourselves a window. 1 window, 2 window. We are going to, yes, we are going to go all the way out to here. So we're going to grab 1, 2, 1, 2, and actually, you know what? Maybe this might be a good time just to break out the big guy. Yeah, let's go with the big guys here. Mostly because the side-by-side I'm also using here, and I kind of like to mix it up a little bit more. We'll go like that and come up by 2. All right, now we can grab the windows, and how does it peel? How does it peel when it's carrot time? Is it a tater? Or is it sublime? Like that. La 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 la. Okay. Now can we do some wall roof treatment? Okay, so you're still not clearing, so we're gonna go whoop whoop. Like that. Let's get on this side of the wall so that when I line you up, there we go. We go boop boop. And vertical nudge. Yay. No, not quite. I'm not sure why I did it that way anyway, because all I need to do is let's come out like that, hit H, and then we can nudge it in and get that little bit of an overhang. Want again a little bit of eaves. Maybe like so. And then like that. And then like that. And then we can come back for 2, come back for 2. Get you turned around here. Like so. And like so. Okay. And we're going to need to put one window there. These are just guide windows, so I can bring you guys across. Get you out. As I do have wall space here. Let's get these guys, all the temporary guide stuff out of the way. Like that. That's going to stay. We are gonna, you know what? I'm just not gonna put the back pillars here. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Instead, what? Instead, you're gonna do it wrong again? Yeah, we need to put a little bit of spacing underneath here. Okay, this snow factory is really taking up a lot of my mental space here. Why? Can you go away now? Thank you. Okay. Two. And 1, 2. There we go. And then we can grab window glass. Oh, you stretch across there quite nicely. Oh, that's a nice happenstance. We're gonna need 1 and 2. And like that. And nudge. And then we can come across here, grab some windows, and bippity boppity boop. Yes, bippity boppity boo, indeed. And then down like that. Okay, let's get the rest of the walls in. Oh, we already have walls here, so that's will be redundant of me. And we'll go up, and we'll go up, and we'll go up. And then we gotta get one of those there. One of those there. This one's going to be a bit trickier, so we're gonna go 1, 2, and just get you into your peak. Yep, like that. And then we can put another one there. And then I think for here, we'll just do that. I feel like I need something here. Oh, wrong button. You need something to fill this space. I think 1, 2. We'll do one there. Drop you down by 2. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to... Yeah, we'll do this. Kind of put a fascia like that. And then I'll come across like that. And then we can grab one of these pillars. Move you over a little bit, lift you up like that, and then we stretch across like that. Sure, let's do that. And then we can bring these windows down to the ground. And bring these guys down to the ground. And then for back here, again, dealing with the curvature. Don't think I actually want you guys going all the way to the back. No, you're not supposed to go all the way to the back. You are, in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's supposed to be there. And wrong direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I do not know any One Direction songs, otherwise I would have totally started singing a One Direction song. That was just sitting there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I just need myself a guide bit. I mean, actually, you know what? If I'm going to do a guide bit, let's use the right one that's going to eventually be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a slight curve, could make it look like a chimney. Make this part look like a chimney? Like that one right there? I'll wait until the delay catches up. Oh, whoops. The zoop got the best of me. Here we go. I could also maybe put a chimney back here. I wouldn't mind making it, having a chimney-esque. What would be really awesome is if I had in my customizer skin like a brick material. But no such luck. Like a little red brick material. That would look awesome. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do on the back wall here. Mostly what I was after was that. Okay, so let's just change up the kind of spacing here. So we're gonna go across like that. One of these things is not like the other. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these things wasn't quite the same. If one of these things is not like the other. Maybe what we'll also do is give it a little bit of a eyebrow thing there. Oh yeah, we get that kind of, ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Do the same on the other side here. Yeah, there we go. That gives a nice bit of a chalet vibe. Oh, yeah. Okay, and then we can do the gap spacing underneath here. And then we can come in with some more windows. Right in this corner here. We'll throw in a doorway. I have to do me a whole lot of painting as well. Okay, so let's see for the chimney-esque vibe. Let's go like that. And let's actually add one more. Got an extra one in there. So we'll kind of do like we did over here. We'll use a beam and a beam and like that and like that. Boom, boom, boom. And let's look at what we got for red colors. Yeah, that'll do. Let's go boop, 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 boop. And paint the chimney all the way like that. All right, there we go. That's got that one. Okay, so the snow requires the gifts, which are right through there. We have a giant sushi belt loading through there. Those are gonna load in right here. Whoops, let's get to here. Like so. And like so. Okay, now let's pop back underneath. Yeah, you don't have anything to unload or unload. Just keep moving. That came out. That came out where? Where did that? Random hanging bit of belt. All right, so the gifts are right there. Oh, there we go. That's where you need to go. And I just happen to have a nice clean shot right here. So we'll go like that. And we'll run this line out to... Don't fall. Out to there. Grab our splitter. And see if we can't find the appropriate locale. Yeah, sure, that'll work. Oh, the gift-giving tree has jammed. Cool. Why are you not moving? Why are you not moving? Can I have the movement, please? Yes, exit out and go into there. There we go. I guess it just didn't catch last time. All right, gifts are feeding. Up we go. Let's go make sure we've got the buildings all, or the constructors all set to snow. And that we have power coming in here. So you're going to be snow. Okay, so Control C, Control V, Control V, and Control V. We'll go grab some power from here. Actually, I think I want to put a light stand down here, you know, a little bit of safety. I can grab some of these now, so I can now start using my Fiscmas power lights. So we can go from there to here. Yep, and I'm gonna make that a better power pole, I think. Mark 3, just because it's taller. The pretty lights. And then you can connect to there. And then we can start converting all of these guys into our Fiscmas lights. Just this has given me a much greater sense of accomplishment. Hey! The Fiscmas lights! And then if we're really being special, we can, you know, come out to the edge here. I think what I'm going to need to do is grab this. I know I'm completely squirreled myself again. Yes, I can put that there. Put that one there. That one, nope. That went, where the hell are you going? Boy, when you talk about sometimes when you miss, you just miss big, eh? And there we go. All right, and then I grab that. And then we go up to here, and up to there, and there to there. And that will, yeah. Yeah! All right, are you guys making snow in here? No, you're not. You don't have power yet, so we're going to have to get you some power. I'm going to need a wall plug. Like that. And I don't want Mark 3. Let's go find ourselves a Mark 2. And we'll pop a Mark 2 right through there. I'm going to use a regular power line for this connection. Just because, you know, it's not... Oh, yuck, 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 yuck. No! Not allowed. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. We're going to put... Actually, let's just put you there for now. Let's go figure out where I'm going to be tapping in on the inside. So where are the power cables got to go? They got to go from here. Actually, kind of up to the peak here. So let's put that there. And then we can grab power line up to there. And then we... Germany? No. Let's grab that. Make sure we're using a double so we can come out through here. That goes into there. No lights up in the building here, but that's okay. We can fix that when it's time to. Oh. Whoops. Okay then. Yep. Nope. That's all good. That's all good. We can do a sample here. So yeah, the yep is hiding in behind there. So we'll have to do this and then plug you into there. Get rid of you temporarily. And plug you into there, and then we can like that. All right, let the snow flow. Flow snow, snow flow? No, no power. Why no power? Because I need to go like that. Snow flow? No flow. No flow? No flow. No flow? Yeah, and yes, okay. All right, let's let those guys do their thing for a few minutes. Let's go back to our MAM so we can unlock some more stuff that required stuff that we just built. So this, of course, required some snow, which we'll let go up. This requires this stuff. So that's our next tree. So I'm going to add that to my to-do list. So I've got the hard drive for it. I just need a bunch of ornament bundles. Which is right here. Of course, I still do need to finish off this building here, but let's grab... Oh, I need 400 of them. Oh, I should probably then... You are not quick, are you? No, you are not. Okay, so I need to get some of these guys getting into storage now. So let's pop out through and figure out where we're gonna deposit. So I'll bring them together. We can come out through this kind of part of the floor here. Oop. So if I grab a merger and point you that way, we can throw you guys into there, you guys into there. And let's do that. Actually, yeah, we'll go across here and kind of cover the clipping here. We'll sneak in one of these like that. There we go. Now it doesn't look weird. Not at all. And then here, ups a daisy. You're gonna go over there. We need to move you off to, let's see, let's go all the way. Actually, let's give ourselves a little bit more foothold. I don't want to get too much in the way of the windows here, so we're just going to scooch across like that. I mean, they're all on the same kind of grid orientation, so that's fine. Then I'm going to put one of these industrial storages somewhere convenient, probably right here. Yeah, we could put one here. Actually, let's line it up with that guy. And we're going to come over view and kind of move that way. Maybe we'll actually come this way. There we go. Let's just do that. Actually, hang on. I could. Oh, well, let's see. Yeah, there you go. That's what I want to do. Like that. Yeah, that's better. And then we can get rid of that guy and let them deposit. Did I not have a lift here yet? Nope. There we go. And down they go. Alrighty. I'm gonna need a bunch more, but why don't we go grab our snow while we're at it. Because that is the next thing we are going to need. So the snow is coming out right here. Let's have a look underneath here. Yeah, okay, so we can put this container there. We'll take our floor pole for that. That should line up then. Oops. Things you never want to hear your doctor say. Oops. Is that gonna work? No, we're gonna have to come over by a little bit. I think that should be okay. Maybe one more. There we go. Okay, so then we're gonna have the belt go downward. Oh, no, my snow is coming out the other side here. No, be coming out the back side. Yeah, that is the output for the snow. Yep, okay, so that makes my life a little easier because we can just drop this guy Okay, well, we'll start here, and then we'll nudge it into the floor, except that is a 4-meter floor, not a 2-meter floor, so we'll start it here. Yeah, there we go. And then we can try to line you up again. Go right up against the wall, come back to there, I think. Is that lined up? Yes, it is. Okay. Ooh. Little bit crowded in here. But again, I seem to always like to pack things in as tight as possible. Okay, there is a bunch of snow. I hit the door, okay. How did I get out of there? I ran into the door. Okay, there. Whee! I should also finish putting the rest of the trees up. And get more of a stockpile, I think, of the gifts. Like, I want to probably get a bunch more containers. I'm storing some, but I don't think I'm storing enough. Just in case, you know, with the whole streaming schedule and stuff like that, I don't quite finish before the trees stop producing. Now, everything else will continue working after the Ficsmas event sort of ends, which is, I think, the end of the first week of January. But everything else will just still get manufactured. The only thing that really changes is that the gifts stop coming out of the trees and they stop falling from the sky, which I actually haven't seen any do. So I think, what, did I hit a critical mass of my own gift production that I don't have to worry about it? I don't know. But all I know is that is going... That's going into the wrong place. Damn it. It's in my way. So we're going to have to do a little bit of this. Then we'll go back into here. Let's go with a straight. It don't want to do no straight. Sure. And then we'll... There. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're all good. It's all good. And then we'll come down to here and throw the snow into there. All right. Let's grab whatever snow ends up showing up. And we'll pop out through here. Turn the flashlight off. Figure out where the man is. Where am I? What am I doing? I shall bounce against the walls some more. All right, so the snow machine. We're going to add that to the to-do list. So I need candy canes. Somewhere I have candy canes, do I not? What are you making? You're making tree branches. What are you doing? You're making candy canes. I am not storing any candy canes yet, but okay. Why are you not getting any more gifts? Why aren't you getting any more gifts? Absolutely no reason for you not to be getting your gifts. Oh, that's why. That's a problem. The lift is not placed correctly. There we go. And there we go. Okay, that is a problem sorted. Okay, so, yep, getting the candy canes out of there, I don't know, I'll wait till I need to figure out where they need to go. Alright, how am I doing over here? I've got another 100. Getting close. How are we doing on the snow? Oh yeah, I got lots of snow now. Let's go grab some silver and gold. Silver and gold. Which... Oh, we can come up through here. A little bit of an escape hatch. There we go. And silver and gold. So, silver. And silver. Oh, I have full inventory. All right, what do I not need to be carrying? I don't think I'm going to need any diamonds for a while, so we'll get rid of that. Oh, I have a hard drive I can research, so we'll do that. Oh, did not need to be hauling any ore. Okay. Let's grab the more from here now. So that's the silvers. Okay, let's grab some golds. I'm going to throw these silvers away, and I just want to get a nice round number here for the golds. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. He says as he picks up 1 silver. Okay. All right, just need a few more candy canes. Who are you? You're the Ficsmas bows. Probably should put signs on these guys, but eh. How we doing? All your stuff is underneath. And hopefully that's not quite enough. All right. Okay, well, we'll keep waiting. I'm not sure what thing I need to make next. I do want to get the tree upgraded. Can we speed things up here a little bit? Maybe throw a couple of these in just for now. I mean, I've got the silver and gold supplying, so that's okay. And maybe we'll throw another one of those in there. That way we can just blurp up all the silver and golds. Silver and gold. Ooh. Beep yourself there, buddy. All right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let these guys do their job. And I'm going to go take a quick break while it's doing that. And then hopefully when I get back from that, we'll have the remaining 70 and we can get the next 2 things unlocked. But stand by. I shall return very, very shortly. All right, we are back, and it has produced. Sorry if it sounds like I'm eating, because I am. My lovely, lovely wife has brought me some tasty treats from the grocery store, and I am currently enjoying them. But I gave myself the hiccups. All right, there we go. Okay, we can finally unlock the tree. What am I missing? Ooh, I need to grab some tree branches, but I think I got all the snow stuff here, so we'll do the research on the snow first. There we go.
I do not understand the fascination humans have with solid dihydrogen monoxide, to the extent they felt the need for a Ficsmas snow cannon and dispenser. It is simply a state of matter. Real beauty lies in efficiency and the synergetic processes and interplay of artificial and spontaneous consciousness, general sentience, and non-sentient matter, creating a new version of reality in every observable moment in the subjective progression of events.
Deep. Don't know what the hell she said, but deep. Okay, branches, branches, branches. That was... You? No. You. You are doing it, me, Brian. Nope, you're the bows. Branches. Over here. There we go. And you're going to a container. Of course you are. If I were a branch, where would I disappear down to? Right here. Okay, 500 branches. Let's get the next bit of tree done. Ma'am, just the facts, ma'am. There we go. And next stage unlocked. And done.
The tree is prettier now, you have more parts to progress the Ficsmas event, and there are 2 new unlocks available. Now for the actually important news, Pioneer 83CKY has disabled the Ficsmas event because, quote, it's totally non-inclusive and immoral, actually. I mean, like, there's so many people, like, not having fun right now, and I feel like so bad for them, you know? Why should I have fun when other people are like counting on me to meet these super important deadlines? It's just not right, unquote. Totally agree. Now, back to work.
Good morning, Vilius. We are continuing today to be working on our Christmas village. I have unlocked the next stage of the tree just now. I've got all the baubles over here. I've got snow over here, so I've also unlocked the snow machine. So yeah, I'm just trying to dive through as much as I can of the MAM production line here. So it's getting into our final Christmas tree, so I need to get to the Wonder Star. Next thing it looks like is the Fiscmas decorations. Where do the wreaths show up? Right there. That's what I just unlocked. So we're going to we're going to set up the Fiscmas wreaths now. So we can start making some Wonder Stars, and we have everything. We can start making the explosive snowballs. They're actually, I like these. They are so much better than the grenades or the Nobelix. For quick dispersion, you can throw them a lot faster. So we're just about finished in here. We might even get to the last of the tiers here, which means I can then, yeah, see, I got all this space here. Good. I can start relaxing on some of my space. I'm going to leave maybe this. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come that way, and I'm going to leave this open for kind of decorative. Maybe do like a little Santa, what's it? Like, you know, with a little Santa chair or something like that. We'll think about how to fill that in. Decorating is not my thing. Okay, so. Wreaths. What do we need to do for wreaths? Tree branches, certainly. Let's see what needs to go into a wreath. So it's going to be these guys as well as the branches all in an assembler. Yeah, it's right there. See? I kind of hiding how to use 2 stations. But yeah, no, this guy just goes around. He does his little thing. So he will be racing around. So here he comes. I mean, he's not much, but it's a start. So I think what my plan is between today and next week, I want to get the production lines all done up, get the tree completed, so get the golden stars on there, and then that way it could leave me a week for kind of doing final decorations and stuff like that, like getting the final roofs on, because I don't have roofs on this building. So yeah, just kind of finishing stuff up. But in the meantime, yeah, I do think I might want to do something a little bit different with the train. Like this is, I don't know if this is going to be the, now that I'm thinking about it, necessarily the finish, because you can't see the train from the outside. I'm almost thinking of doing like a spiral down. So essentially taking these walls here and pulling them all the way down to the ground. Like that, you know, of course, filling in the gap and whatnot, which I could do maybe with some nice colored pillars. And then have the train kind of spiral either down or up. It might be a bit of a challenge, but you know, just so it spends more time running, because right now it does a revolution. It has to go through the stations because the autopilot won't just, you know, turn on and stay on, right? It has to have a destination and a departure. So I want to try and get the train to have a little bit more run, but I think that's what I'm going to do. But like I say, right now this week, if I can get all of the production going by the end of the week, by today's stream, I will be quite happy with that. All right, so assemblers. We don't need a lot, I think, of the whatever it is I'm about to do. I think I'm going to keep up with this one with a circular. So let's see if we go like that. Well, maybe I'll just go straight across like this. All right, so let's also start. How many of these am I making? I think I'm doing 10 normally. Yeah, so I'm doing 20 right now, and these guys aren't keeping up. I don't have any extra. I do want to keep extra, so let's pull the power crystals out. So that means I'm making 10 of these guys. All right. So the reeds need, ooh. Okay, so I am going to have to increase things up a little bit. So yeah, 2 per minute, so 4 per minute. Okay, yeah, all right. Again, I've got lots of, nothing really is running a lot of power crystals yet, and that's one of the reasons why I don't build like the initial builds with power crystals. Because if, you know, you say, well, if I max out all my machines, I only need 3 machines. Unless you need more than 3 maxed out machines worth. You got, you know, you have to add a whole new machine. This way, I can kind of adjust up and down using just the power crystals. So now I'm producing 15 of them, which means I can cleanly run 2 of these guys. We run these guys side by side with the wreaths, and it shouldn't be any problem pulling 30 branches from over here. We just have to actually get them going down, because this guy... yeah, that'll have an impact on it as well. Those are bows. I don't need the bows yet. I will need you guys shortly. Where's my door? There's my door. That's the candy canes. There's my branches, and they are in fact underneath. Yeah, so an example here. These guys are maxed out at 25. At 25. Do I have them all maxed out? Yeah, so if these guys are all maxed out, right, if I find myself running short of branches, which I shouldn't, but if I do, I'd have to add extra machines in. Whereas, for over here, if I do need a few extras, I can just throw another crystal in. And the things that are feeding this, which is the silver and gold, I actually have more to go with that. So that means we are going to need to bring branches over. I'm going to run around like an idiot for a few more moments here until I get my bearings. There we are. Okay. So we need to send from here now. Oh, you're not using any assemblers on your next... your next factory? No assemblers? Yeah, assemblers are just... Yeah, they fall into that kind of weird category, don't they? It's awkward to use. Sorry, I just took a bite of my... Tasty. Okay. So, we are going to build a house. The House of Mouse. No, we're not. We're going to get rid of a bunch of these foundations here so we can square things up. And I think it's going to be off. Yeah, that's the foundation. So that's the foundation that the assemblers are taking their alignment from. We're going to get rid of all of these other guys. Quartz and silica. Yep. I like working on quartz and silica. It's clean, it's efficient, it's just a nice production line to put together, isn't it? Who are you? I really want to say, who are you? And there. Maybe we'll go one more row like that, and we'll get these guys out of here. And you can go. So we'll come out like that, and like that. All right, and then we can fill these gaps back in. And we'll just go across like that, yeah. And here. All right, itty bitty little house going over here. Let's grab a front door. And we'll maybe come out to here. Like that. We'll put a door there. Let's put a door over there just for the sake of a little bit of symmetry. We'll again grab my favorite windows and we'll stretch you guys across like that. And we'll pump some windows in like that. And this one feels like it's getting to be a bit too big. Yeah, it's a lot of wasted space. But yeah, I wanted to balance kind of the width that's going on over there. So yeah, we're going to do it this way. All right. We are going to need some balls. I want to see if the peak is stiff enough. Yes, it does miss. Excellent. And the reason I'm going the extra wide is because then it is an even symmetry, not an odd symmetry. So I can have the peak of the roof line at the center. Like that. And then we're going to have a bit of overhang. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Like that. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And we'll go from there and across like that. So we have our eaves. Here we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are going to not do that. We are going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll come back down this way. Then we'll line up with this guy and just do that. Love the nudge. So love the nudge. And I said it before and I'll say it again. I wish Space Engineers had a nudge. I mean, they have almost identical between Space Engineers and Satisfactory. They have almost identical kind of block placement mechanics. In fact, Space Engineers is almost like it's, you know, version point just before 0.4. Yeah, I think it was version 4 where they added the zoop. Which, you know, doing massive foundation lines was a humongous pain in the ass. And that was one of the kind of big mods, right? Was ones that allowed you to, you know, place entire fields of blocks. And the thing in Space Engineers is that you can absolutely do lines and fields of blocks if you're in creative mode, but not in regular survival. And honestly, I think it's more important, or just as important, to have that available in survival mode. All right. Yeah, randomly jibber-jabbering while I kind of figure out what is the next thing I want to do here. Let's do that. And we'll come in with one of these. And on that side as well. And there. And... okay, fine. We'll go from there. We'll grab these two like that. And then we'll grab and throw a window in there. And over here, I've got the room, so I might as well just toss a door. We'll come over here, we'll take that guy out, and we'll toss in a door. There you go. Sure, we can go across, we can go across. We can go there, because we got a door there. Yeah, yeah. Just like that. And why not? I'm here. Let's do this. Let's grab our power outlet. I'm going to put one of you right there. Put one of you right there. And one of you there. We're going to need one there. Thusly. Yeah, just don't have any more packages falling from the sky at all. And again, I don't need them. So I'm just wondering what turned them off. Do I hit like a critical amount of trees? Don't know. No. Oh. Oh, look at that. They actually nicely snap to each other. How many years I've been playing the game, and I'm still always finding new ways that they've made things just slightly better. Everyone snapped together? Good. All right, let's get our Christmas lights. I'm gonna have to move this pole here, but that's okay. I just so happen to have a place to plug you back in. I need a Fiscmas bundle. These are expensive. These lights are not cheap, that is for sure. So we're going to need to grab a couple of hundred of these. I should probably get some of them going up into a depot, but I think we're safe enough that we can do it all from here. All right, let's get... Actually, for this connection here, I'm just going to use a plain wire. Then we're going to go from here to here. It'd be nice if they had the colored lights, not just the white lights. Never been a big fan of just plain white Christmas lights. I always like the red, green, blue, yellow, you know, the fancy ones. Okay, and... what do we got here? I wish SE1 had the grid system from SE2, the ability to just use small and large bricks together. Yeah, honestly, if that's all they changed in SE2, I would have been absolutely happy. As it stands, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to go into SE2. There's just enough kind of weird... They're making a different version of the game. It's like, it's, you know, you have a classic movie from the 1980s, and then they come along in the 2025, and they're going to do a reboot of it. And they completely and utterly, it has echoes of what was in the original, that made the original movie good, but just somehow misses the mark. And so far from what I'm seeing on SE2, it's that. Yeah, there's a great storyline, but the flight models are different. Like, flying your drones are differently. The build states are different. And there's just these weird kind of differences. Changing the production lines, adding machines, subtracting machines. It's just, yeah. So, I'm kind of waiting to see how it all shakes together. Keen is really good at community feedback. Like, they really pay attention to the community. So, you know... I expect them to make the necessary modifications or that things will change, but until then, I'm still not going to be jumping on the bandwagon. I have done nothing to hook these machines up to any kind of functionality yet. All right. Okay, let's just... All right. So you need the 3 branches on the ornaments. So we're going to need to go back underneath through the floor. Like so. And there we go. Okay, so these are going to be the Ficsmas ornament line. Yeah, that can come easily from over this direction. So I'm going to grab myself a splitter to go there. Nope, we're going to move that splitter back to there and over by 1. Yeah, that's better. Because that should nicely connect, so that when I go also like that, it is the right distance and angle to use that. All right, let's go fetch these guys. You're going to come off there. We're going to bring you over to here. We're going to use the straight functionality. Let's get our height right. Like so. And to so. And then we should be able to just... Oh, nope. We're going to have to do a little bit of a lifty thingy here. There we go. And then we can go now straight into there. And we'll use a nice little curve. Sure, we'll use the curve. All right, me branches are where? Me branches are right here. Which is got to go over here. Okay. So we'll pop up through the floor here, and we'll put that back into place just so when I drop the floor holes in, they know where to go. And then we can put one there. We'll put another one right there. Get you guys all plugged in. And I still got the hole right here. That's convenient. Let's fill it up. Okay, then your guys are gonna backflow this direction. So we're gonna go like that, and then I'm gonna take you. We're gonna go back to straight, and we'll cut across like that. I'll put this in temporarily. Grab a splitter. That way I can see where it needs to line up. And of course, the belt's far enough away that I should just be able to go and boop. Excellent. All right, then getting from here. How do I want to do this part? I think what I want to do is let's break this connection here. That. I'm gonna grab the lifts. We're gonna move you up. Yep, okay, that's gonna work. Yep, and yep. Grab a splitter. So you're going to come in from there. You're going to hit that splitter. I don't know if you're going to be able to make that corner. That's the only thing we're going to have to find out. Not there. Okay. Where do you have to be to connect? So not there. No, that is definitely not going to work. I'm probably going to have to go that way a couple of oops, because that'll give me enough room to connect. Don't ask. Okay. Then we can go like that. And then we can just, yeah, we'll just snake that guy over like that. Make sure I'm on my straight functionality, because now I can bring these guys out. You need to come all the way out. Yeah, we'll run down through here. And that should almost reach. It doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Fine, we'll go to here. And we can plug you into there. Yes, that's much better. Now, how many branches am I making? And how many did I need? I think I needed something like 50 per minute between the two? No, 30 per minute between the two. Okay. How many am I actually making? Making 100. I got more than enough. Okay. Let's get some power in now. I think for power, we'll grab a power. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Oh, come on, stop that. Okay, well, let's get this. Let's get actually a wall hole here, not the Mark III. I think we can just get away with the Mark II. We'll put that there. We'll connect the power line to there. Then we'll grab these and convert them back. I'm going to leave that as a power line. And then we can bring our power to... let's do this to here. That to there. That goes to there. That one goes to there. All right, and let them make the wreath. All right, so that's the wreaths. We can leave them there for now. Who's next? All right, so I'm just waiting now to get my Wonder Star. In the meantime, oh, that is going to be a bit more of a challenge for the snowball. What does it take to make a snowball? I don't know. Let's actually unlock this. All right, we're going to add that to the to-do list. I should have all of the bits and pieces for this. Again, let's head downstairs, because we have our happy snowball storage here. So we'll grab 500 of those, of the snow. We'll go get our Fiscmas bows. Watch me now wander around looking for those. Yep, nope, I'm going to wander around looking for those. Oh, I should probably get the candy canes and stuff dumped down. Okay, so we got 3 candy canes that need to be deposited, so let's start getting that set up. It's a bit tight in here, but that's okay. We can put that guy there. Yeah, I'll never make a natural corner here, so we're going to go like that, and we're going to go boop, 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 and like that. And then we'll grab a final merger. That means, yeah, you're not really, I'm not really coming in here that much anymore. I think I can see it. Yeah, no, I don't have any doors back here either. Cool. Oh, that's, oh, wow, that is, hello? What are these? These are candy canes. I am going to have to move that door. That is just not going to work there. So we are going to put a door there, and I'll leave that door there for now. Let's get our floor hole. There we go. So candy canes. I should probably bring this wall out more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just bring this wall out. The machine's poking through, and I just despise it when that happens. All right, sure. We'll use that as a guide. Come on, underneath. There you go. And that. Use that. And bring these windows down. We'll go straight across there. I have to, of course, move these 2 pillars. So this guy can pop into this wall here. And just need a wall mount there. Lose you, lose you. Like that. There we go. Of course, there's not going to be any power because I haven't reconnected it to the main grid, which we can do with one of these. Okay, that's better. Got a little bit of room to move around in there now. Of course, we're going to have to move the door back into position, but that is easy enough to do, and we can have that window stay there. Awesome. All right, let's get underneath. So, what the hell were you? No, seriously, what the hell were you? Candy canes? Yeah, candy canes. I forgot what was going on in there. All right, let's get some more foundation here. Let's get the zoops back. And we can come out to here, and to there, and to there. And there we go. Okay. So, the candy canes are coming out right about there. Multiple accents apparently happening in that little blurb. Okay. We'll put you here. Gonna need to get candy canes. Candy cream. In fact, I'm probably... Ooh. Sure. I get away with doing something like this. I can get away with anything, you just have to cheat more. If I move this container then over a little bit, what I should be able to now is come all the way around to the back side, switch it to default, and I can even move this guy over a little bit more. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's say we put you here. Then I can take my belt. Oh, that is nice. Wrong button. That's nice. Yeah, that flows much better. What is with these dumbass accents that I keep doing? I mean, they're bad. And there we go. Alright, of course we do have to mask that clip there, so we grab a floor hole right through. Oh, we're gonna have to nudge you. Nudge you right like that. Okay. Okay, so candy canes are now being deposited. Let's get our Christmas bows. Those are these guys that I've been running my face into. Yep, Fiscmas bow. Have I got 2 floors of Fiscmas bows? I don't know. What was I thinking when I did this, but they have to go down somehow. So we'll put a hole here. Hmm. Let me get a bite of my tasty. So it's going to come from around there. Right like that. Grab our merger. Nope, I'm going to have to move things around a little bit more. You are floating funny. Sure, that'll work. No, it won't. Okay, I think that's going to work for this section. And let's get back into the straight mode. Did I end up using a... Oh my god. Get it together. That's supposed to be a merger. I don't know how you ended up being a splitter. There we go. All right. You can go there. Now you can go in there. Can you go all the way? Yeah, you can go all the way. Perfect. Okay. Fiscmas bows. Floor 2. Now, Fiscmas bows. Floor 1. So you're coming out right there. I think I'm just going to need 2 mergers. We're going to have one here going that way. That should be lined up. Yes? Are you lined up? Not quite. Over by 1. Thank you. So they come down and they'll click into there. Those are floor 2. These guys will just, of course, snap into there. These guys are going to go into another merger, which will go... Okay, so before I do that, I need to see what's underneath here. So I'm actually putting them in a clearance location. So nothing else is actually down here except that right there, which wouldn't be that hard to move around, because I think, yeah, I'm going to have to turn this guy right here. So where are you coming from? You're coming from way over here. So what I'm going to do is let's get rid of that first, just so I don't lose track of the other side. So we're going to go like that, and then I can take this and grab from here and pop you in like that. Okay. Because then I can take my merger and we'll deposit your right there. And then we can come over here like that. And down you go. And again, you walk through the door, you're walking right into a belt, but that is what it is. Okay. Let me out, let me out, let me out. Ooh, I can sneak through here. Okay, so then the bows are going to come from here. And I suppose I could just move them all the way over to here. Like that. Right there. I'm going to drop you down, actually, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I'm going to see if you will go all the way in, and you will. Yeah. Not bad. Yeah, it doesn't look super pretty. What would happen if I use the default belt? Instead of using straight, we use default. That cuts too much that way, but if I come through here and then go up to the appropriate height right there, that apparently is not quite the appropriate height. We're going to have to come down by 5 ticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's number 5. We're all on an even horizontal plane, and now I can go via straight into there, and I think that looks much cleaner. Yes, okay, so bows, my heart's content, candy canes to my heart's content. I should be able to get almost some. Where are the candy canes not flowing anymore? I'm going to have to go have a look here. We'll grab all of the bows. I do have enough candy cane. Don't need to carry a bunch of those. Don't need to carry a bunch of those. So I'm just going to throw these guys away. I have no place otherwise to put them. We're in the throes of Fiscmas now. There we go. I can get the snowballs unlocked. Why are the candy canes not... Oh. Are they just really slow? Hey, candy canes, what's up, buds? What's happening with yous? No, you're just not that quick. Okay, well, let's see what how that's going to affect things down the line. All right, Fiscmas holiday event. Snowball fight. Start the research. All right, reaching over, grabbing another bite of my morning snack.
These snowballs are made from actual snow, combined with a mystery ingredient that is guaranteed to make snowballs very throwable, and your snowball fights extremely immersive and realistic. There are no low stakes with FICSIT.
All right, let's see what it takes to make a snowball. Snow. It takes snow. That's literally it. Snow. Okay then. Cool. Cool. All right. I'm gonna get back to the snowballs. What I do want to focus on next is the next bit of research. So we were doing the wreaths, so we're gonna need a bunch of ribbons and a bunch of these wreaths here. I'm gonna need to also repaint this, like so. All right. So, oh, I should have marked that and set it up in the build planner or the what's it? Let's go here. We'll add to-do list. Okay. Let's go collect the materials. From here. Let's go get our ribbons. Yeah, I'm making wreaths, right? Yeah, that's what I'm doing over there. Bows. Those are one of the new ones. That should be, I think, this one here. Nope, that's the candy cane. That's my bow. Oh, those are not quick. Okay, gonna be waiting a while for that. That's your tree branches. That's your basic tree branches here. That is our candy canes going here. And this is our Christmas bows. So we're only doing 20 per minute. This might be a good time to increase production on the bows. So let's go Control C. Come on. And Control V. Control V. And then we'll come around and paste it on the last one. Like so. Alright, so now we are doing 40 per minute. That's better. What do I need in me pockets to do me Christmas trees? I think I can get away with doing a bunch more of these. Well, let's finish getting the ring down while we're waiting. Okay, so you should be there and around the circle we go. Oop. Need to give a rotate here. You're all up against the track, right? Yes, you are. Okay. And I keep thinking you guys are not right. You're not in the right place. Yeah, you're supposed to be there. Okay. I'll get this right. Oh my goodness, what have I done? What have I done? Yeah, okay. I should see if there's a Ficsmas skin for the lifts. Now that I'm thinking about it. Let's get in the customizer here. Skins. Does that work on conveyor lifts? It needs a Wonder Star. No, it only works on belts. Okay, good to know. Those Wonder Stars are going to be bloody expensive. I think I'll do the Wonder Stars right in that spot there. Kind of a little centralized all on its own. That's kind of, I think, the last thing I need to build, besides making snowballs. Which I'm not going to do here. I'm actually going to do the snowballs back home because it's an ordinance. So I can set up a little forest of trees, and that way I kind of keep a little reminder of Fiscmas with me at all times. Because then those can go into the snow constructors, which can then go into snowballs, and then we can just have a stockpiling of snowballs. Wrong location. That is a misclick. I want to go like that. You are wrong. You are wrong. Let's get you guys turned properly. Like so. And it looks like the presents are all flowing again. So we've returned underneath the saturation point. And like so, and like so. All right. There we go. Okay, then we just need all our mergers. So let's actually, that way the merger knows what to lock onto. La 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 la. Oh, I got a bunch I didn't hook the lifts up to. Whoops. That was a silly thing to do. God, I love having an SSD. The saves are just a tiniest little hiccup as opposed to just stopping for like 30 seconds. Come on. Why are you turning red? For absolutely no particular reason, but being a punk. work better. Let's come out of that and get into curve. Yeah, you just don't like that curvature. So we'll do that. Okay, and there it goes to there. We'll get these guys going as much as possible. Nope, that's the end of it. Oh no, I can get you there. You just have to take you out. And then fit you into place, which will be, I have no idea, let's say half a nudge. It's better than no nudge at all. Yeah, that works. Okay, let's go a little bit further around here. Weird I have all the splitters, but I never did. Well, this is ADHD Satisfactory. Alright, who and what is next? Now it's you guys. You're not going to make it there, so we'll have to go with you there. You're not going to make it, but you will. And then we get rid of that. We get rid of that. And come back. Bear, come back. Come back, Bear. Well, it's got a weird little jiggle there, doesn't it? That's not acceptable. Just not. So we'll take a little half nudge back. That should work better. Then we can get rid of this guy and these guys. Oh, no, I still need to come back a little bit further. Fine, 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 fine. I am apparently standing on the ground. The ground get... Big fat fingers hitting wrong buttons. Who am I trying to replace? I am trying to replace you. One, two, three, four. There. That's about the half. Come on, this is like literally the last one of you guys. Behave yourself. Okay, now we just need a bunch of these belts here. What are we doing? We are using the Mark V, sure, just for continuity. We'll get all of these plugged in. And that will be the full package ring complete. Like so. Oh my god, the tedium of doing some things in Satisfactory. Not sure how you ended up as a Mark 6, but... There. That is now every tree going into a package. I am fresh out of storage space for those packages. So let's see where we can expand our storage. Probably right in here, to be honest. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be my best bets. Do them in line, like have little buffer points, especially right here where the train station is, because there's nothing else. I can't put trees here, or I don't want to put trees here, let's put it that way. So yeah, this actually might be a good place just to put a row of storage. So let's grab some walls sections here. So we can come down here like that. We'll go straight across like that. Likewise here, we'll just go, so we'll have like that. 1 meter here. I'll have to move the power lines a little bit here just to, well, actually, let's do that now. Here. Okay, storage container. We can get 1, 2, and 3. Let's just check my spacing here. Yep, 3. Make sure we're using the very, very fast boat. Like that. I'm going to break this connection, break. Well, apparently I'm going to get rid of the wall. You know what? Let's get rid of that wall. Anyway. Because we can do this. That, and then we'll have it like a hanger through there. Break all of you from here, as you need to come up to there. And we'll then put a splitter here for your usage. Like that. Let's make sure you're a Mark 6. Ooh, those are fancy. Fancy. And make sure we have a Mark 6 over here as well. You can come out of there. I have a whole bunch of tree locations that aren't hooked up. Ooh. That's not right. Let's get that fixed up. Like that. And like that. Like that. We doing on time? Yeah, we still got some time. Wow, I didn't hook up a lot of trees, did I? And I am stockpiling the gifts a little bit. Like I say, once the trees stop flowing, the trees stop flowing, right? But never hurts. Just in case you're not quite where you want to be. Just like when I set up my little munition has snowball set up, I'll be buffering a bunch of those as well. Okay. So if I have to put in... Oh wow, there is a lot I didn't get it down, hooked up down here in there. Oof. Lazy me. And one more there. All right, so let's figure out where these mergers need to be. So they're kind of pretty much... Yeah, okay. So let's get rid of all of this stuff here, because I'm going to replace all of these mergers with new ones, which pretty much just sit right there. Yeah. We're just going to go around the circle like this. Get rid of you. Instead of being all super dumb fancy like I was trying on the other side there, I'm just going to do this to make the ring, which will be a lot easier and cleaner to keep things lined up. I go to there. The only one that might be a little bit bitchy about the whole thing is gonna be him. But Mark 6, Mark 6, Mark 6. I should be able to get. You're wrong. You're wrong. Oh, you're all wrong. What did I do? These guys all rotated as I was putting them in. They need to go in that direction. Let's try that again. You take your eye off the road for half a second, and next thing you know, you're in the ditch. Or things going in the wrong direction. There we go. How's that? Is that even close? No, you are not even close yet. Oy my vey. There. Okay, let's grab a Mark 6 belt. I should now be able to snake you. Of course not. Why would I want to be it? Why would I be able to do that? Fine. Can I make that corner? No, you. Can I make any of these connections? You are a bastard of the highest order. I'm going to have to make this go over here instead. Now can we, please and thank yous? Can we connect in there now? Yes, we can. You're gonna be a weird, ugly thing, but that is what it is. The rest of you guys will keep you on curve. And plug in. One of these things is not like the other. It's this little son of a bitch. He doesn't like to play like the others. We'll have to bury him in a ditch. And all right, let's take a bite of my pasties. All right, there we go. Didn't mean to do that. So, that means they are buffering at the moment. Yep, everyone's buffering because, you know, things aren't... Oh, things can't move because I have not connected them. Like that. You're going into there. You aren't quite doing what you need to do, so let's try that again. There we go, and we'll let the presents flow. All right. Everyone's flowing. Excellent. Okay, what are we waiting for? We were waiting for bows and reeds. Let's go see how the bows and reeds are doing. So bows were here. Oh, I definitely have enough of those. Let's throw the 82 back. Grab another one of those. There we go. The reeds were these guys, I believe, over here. I need a way up right here. Ooh. Pretty lights. I need 100 reeds. There's 50 of them, and there's the other 50 of them. Oh, come on. Gimme. And start research.
The best idea FICSIT could come up with, to appreciate and reward pioneers for their hard work, is a gold star. How creative, but don't worry, I understand the merits of actually meaningful appreciation. When you save the day, you will understand.
All right. The last thing I need to do now is my Wonder Star to get the last section of my tree. And what are these things called? They are called... Let's open them up in the codex here. They're made in assembler. They are reeds and candy canes. All right. So let's grab our assembler. Production and assembler. Just gonna put this guy down temporarily, like that. And Wonder Star. So I need 5 reeds and 20 candy canes. How many of these am I making? I am making not enough. All right, so we are going to have to start balancing. Let's go another one. So we'll double up. What am I doing on power? I haven't checked that in a while. Oh, that is a problem. I think there's something wrong with the nuclear plant. All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to go deal with a bit of an emergency here. There's something I think going wrong with the nuclear plant here. Over there, no, that's fuel. Okay, so let's jetpack it up. Let's grab some more fuel before I go and kill myself. And I do have to get the hypertube finished as well. So many things that need to be finished. We can just do them one at a time. Okay, so we're gonna need to make sure we take the left-hand route. And let's get to the nuclear plant and see what the hell is going on with the power, because I think I have got a problem. Sorry, I'm just eating some food while I'm traveling. All right, while I'm here, I think I need to do an adjustment here. Let's get the jetpack back on, or hover pack back on. Looks like we were up to 750, but unfortunately we have dropped back down. That's not the way we want to go, but it is what it is. So let's take her back down to 748 and remove the two-sectional wall. Okay, what is going on with the nuclear power plant? Who is not producing power and why? I think you all look... Oh, you all look like you are. No, you are all producing power. I just am not producing enough? Is that really what it boils down to? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to, No. Oh, waste is full. Oh, nuts. We actually overstressed the disposal system. Didn't we? Yes, we did. All right. Okay. Well, where is the sink? Where is the sink? Could be one of these little side buildings here. Right here? Ah, there's the sink. All right, so why are you not getting any plutonium? What is broken here? Non-fissile uranium is not producing. Why is non-fissile uranium not producing? What are you all? Sulfuric acid. Oh no, you're making non-fissile uranium. Why are you not making non-fissile uranium? Is it because your pipe is full? Is that what I'm running into, as usual? Where is your exit pipe? right here. Oh, the wet concrete is full. So I think that might be my problem here. Is that this concrete appears to be full. These plutonium cells, where do you guys go? You're gonna go upstairs to up here. Heat sinks. You are not getting your heat sinks. That is okay. Why are you not getting your heat sinks? There's your steel beams. So heat sinks. Why are we not getting enough heat sinks? Where are the heat sinks being made? Right. Not here? What are you? Rubber. Rubber is my issue. Okay. All right. So now we're tracking it down. Where am I supposed to be getting my rubber from? Where am I supposed to be getting any of this stuff from? Who is who? Here we are. I love running into the glass. That sounds so funny. Okay, aluminum casing. And hello, Mr. Train. Why are you not moving? I mean, that would certainly be problematic. The fact that the train's not freaking going anywhere. Okay, so you should be doing both. Okay, I'm not going to wait around for it. What I'm going to do is head back to the village. And then I'll come back later in a little bit and check on it. And again, finishing up my little snacks. So that means most of my power is coming from here right now. Oof. Yeah. I didn't think I was at my capacity yet for the disposal of the plutonium cells. Oh yeah, very curious. Yeah, I turned the train off and forgot to turn it back on apparently. All right, we're coming up to our left-hand turn here, so we'll take the left-hand turn. And we'll launch out of the tube. And there we go. All right, so I think we're going to use just one happy little assembler here for our Fiscmas stars, which means one, two, three, four. These are going to be just temporary guide walls. Like that, and then we can grab some wall or window. And 1, 2, 3. Yep, we need to go back there. Let's get rid of these two guys and these two and replace them with windows. That meant you. Go up by one, go to there, and let's get rid of these two guys. Gonna need some pillars. As we can put the door there, we can kind of move the windows in a little bit, but only to there. Otherwise, we can't get in through the door. And that's nothing anybody wants, because we want to get in through the door. But, you know, we got that weird overhang here, so we'll grab some pillar. And we'll boop you there. We'll boop you there. Nope, that's not quite right. There we go, right there. And over by one, and up, there we go. And up by two, grab our ceiling. We're gonna go flat across the roof here. Then we can come down like that. There you go. Like that. Okay, so what the hell did I need? I needed wreaths and candy canes. So we can grab our wreaths from here now. I got lots of room in here, so what I'm going to do here is I'll put your storage container in here this time. We'll grab our merger. And let's get into straight. There we go. I am so using a way too fast belt. Let's downgrade the belts to Mark IIs, which is all we need. Maybe Mark IIIs. We'll exit Mark IIIs, but we'll feed Mark II. Yeah, that'll work much better. Okay, now we can go underneath the floor. Right to there. So if the wreaths are coming from that side, the candy canes are going to be coming from that side. That means this will be the wreath input. Input. And yeah, I'm using a probably a little bit overpowered lift here, but they're free-ish. Okay. Did I drop you guys through the floor yet? Whee! Yes, yes I did. I just need to come down here through again. There we go. So I'm going straight that way. So we're going all the way over to here. I'm going to use a Mark III. Using our straight functionality. So that'll kind of curve in a little bit. Yeah, how was that? Is that okay? If I can make it not quite. So let's go from here to here. Then we can go into there. And then we can go into not like that. Mark III. And go to there. And then we can plug into there. There we go. So that will be some leaves going into the golden stars. Cool. Where are my candy canes? Candy cane, candy cane, candy cane, candy cane, candy cane, right there. Candy cane, candy cane, candy cane. Up through the hole. No. Candy cane, candy cane, candy cane. Gotta go through here. Oh, well, am I gonna get from there to here? We're going to do it right through here. Okay. So we're kind of aiming that way. 1, 2. Actually, we'll come to there and we'll go up by. We'll come over by 2. Like that. And then we can get totally messed up here. Or are we? Nah, we're okay. Actually, we're fine. Because now we should just be able to grab our floor hole, throw our bell and lift right there, put that to there. I'll bring it up to the ceiling. Gonna need to have a little something something coming out of there. Like that. We need to kind of really insist here. Under there. Then we will connect to there. Connect to there. And this should be the last connection for all of the production. Oh, that's why you're not. You aren't quite in the right place. So what we'll do, just to make sure we're lined up, is go to there. Grab this and put you where you will do your job. Like right about there. Nope. You are lined up, right? Like, you guys are reasonably close to each other? Gonna get this. Come on, man. Why are you not quite lined up? What do I need to do here? What I need to do is grab this. Yeah, that's where the problem is. It's kind of sinking in a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna have to use these guys here. Pull you back to here. The problem is that this wall mount here isn't sitting on the pillar quite right, or the block right. So it's, yeah, causing a misalignment, which is what's preventing the snap from functioning correctly. But now I should, if I was close enough, which I'm not quite. So if I bring this one forward a little bit more, hook the belt up for the umpteenth time, and then plug you into there. And there we go. Let the candy cane flow. Let's clean that up whilst I'm thinking of it. Up through. Plug the hole. There's our power line. I'm going to grab one of these and put it right here. Nope, we want the fancy lights. Go into there. Then I want my wall mount to go right through there. And we'll string some Christmas lights again. But we will switch to normal power in here. And away you go. One per minute, so 500 minutes. That's gonna take a while. How many am I doing on the wreaths? We are producing 8 per minute. Can I do any kind of speed ramping here? That will take me up to 7.5 per minute. That's about as much I can get out of it. I think that'll do. That gives me 1.5 per minute. Oh, well, yeah. So it'll take me a couple hours. So whilst I am doing a bunch of decoration stuff, we're going to let that run. We're going to let all of this stuff run. We're going to get this cleaned up. I'm going to hopefully, now that my schedule is into more of the winter schedule as opposed to the fall schedule, I shall actually have some opportunity to do some kind of off-camera work here to help get some of this stuff finished up, so that by the time we come back post Christmas, you know, we have some village here and we can get back to the proper work that Ada keeps nagging us about. Anyway, that is though gonna be it for today. We actually got quite a bit accomplished. We got all of our production lines set up. We have almost everything unlocked. I just need the 500 Wonder Stars now, or Miracle Stars, or whatever the hell they are. what do we call them? We call them the Wonder Stars, which is gonna finish up the tree, and we are done with that. I never noticed the little dent. Oh, cool screen. I do in fact have a hard drive on me. Let's get that going and see what we got from that. So we did get from the advent calendar a lovely hard drive, but yeah, so we actually did get quite a bit accomplished today. Still a lot to do to kind of keep things neat and tidy, you know, get some more chimneys on the buildings, get them all looking spiffy, get some painted Christmas colors on them. Probably going to change the walls from the concrete to the more standard Fiscmas walls because they take color better. Get some snow blurs going, get a bunch of, you know, get snowmen, just get this place decorated up and finished, and then we can move on. But that is going to be it for today. Once again, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like the video, go ahead and maybe hit the like button. Helps me out there. What also helps me out is if you're not subscribed, maybe think about subscribing. Let's try to get back to, we're still shooting for that 1,000. We'd love to hit that for sometime either before the new year or just after the new year. So we're looking for that milestone. But until then, happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. Whatever holiday you celebrate, I hope you have an incredibly loving and rewarding one. Spending time with your family or however it is, I hope just that you have what kind of time that you want over the next week. Like I say, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you do want to support the channel, let's try to concentrate on what we're doing. You can hit the join button, become a channel member. There's a join button below, or the link is in the description. And as always, a big shout out to Lee Barron, channel supporter extraordinaire. Thank you very much, my friend. Until next time, everyone, though, be safe out there. This week be extra special good. Santa's checking his list and checking it twice. And most importantly, have yourselves a great day. Until next time, bye-bye.